Inside an unassuming brick building in Silicon Valley is a glimpse of what's going to be going on inside the Mercedes of the future.
In Germany. And, you know, any other station, BBC.
It's the German automaker's North American Research and Development Laboratory in Palo Alto, California.
We are developing here basically high-end infotainment and navigation and telematics systems. And what we have in this car is actually a vision of the future. It's our Mercedes-Benz My Command. And this is an infotainment and telematics systems completely based on the internet. So it's the first of its kind where basically all of its data, meaning navigation, media, telephone, you know, voice over IP, other communications are completely based on data from the internet.
Johan Youngworth is the president and CEO of Mercedes-Benz Research and Development of North America, but everyone calls him JJ.
This year it's our 15-year anniversary. So we have been the first German car maker to start a research lab here, and we have been in Palo Alto now since 15 years. And as you can see, in '97, one of the highlights was commercialization of the web. And actually, you see one of these early systems, an early stage internet car from '97.
This is prehistoric Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Silicon Valley is known all over the world as America's center for computer genius. But there really is no town called Silicon Valley. The place is really the Santa Clara Valley and the area around Stanford University. Bill Hewlett and David Packard graduated from Stanford during the Great Depression and started a company in a garage in 1937. That company went on to become the technology giant HP. Some regard that garage where Hewlett and Packard's tinkering turned to gold as the birthplace of Silicon Valley. Others say it was the decision by Stanford University to lease out some of its land to what were then considered high-tech companies. The university needed money to help finance its post-war boom. But much like the story of Hewlett and Packard and then Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, who started Apple in a garage in 1976, we have to go down to the garage to see what's really being worked on. In this case, however, it's not a small shack or a two-car garage attached to a ranch house. It's a high-tech lab that actually has high-priced cars in it.
So we go in here. This calls our Trip Assist feature, which is, you know, very content-specific depending on the type of POI you have loaded. You can start driving there, of course. You can find parking around it, or you can make a reservation. Let's say, you know, we want to go there.
2 people at 7.
Exactly. You can actually give it a rating after you return from dinner.
What's the difference between this and what I have on my navigation system?
So, in your navigation system in the car, you know, you have a HDD-based navigation, you know, where all the maps are loaded onto your HDD, you know, when you basically got your car. Now this is basically Google Maps, you know, with streaming data from the backend. So this is, you know, the same experience, you know, kind of what you have on your laptop, on your desktop, and you can.
And it's real time too.
It's real time.
There are Google Maps, Google Street Views. It's almost like you're driving your laptop. You can even watch car reviews. For example, in this one, JJ's talking about an iPhone app that helps you find where you left your smart car. But notice we're parked.
Because the app will automatically store your location when you take out your iPhone from the smart.
But since your laptop can't do 150 on the Autobahn, what about driver distraction?
So it's like you have your laptop and your smartphone always with you and completely integrated in the car, actually safe while driving, with, you know, HMI, which is large-scale text, and you know, voice recognition, text-to-speech based, to really make sure that all this data can be used while driving. And those features which you know, would be unsafe to be used while driving, like YouTube video streaming, those are disabled while driving.
Not to play Stephen King here, but can a car get a virus? In other words, can my Mercedes-Benz turn into Christine the car? With all, this is all fascinating, but can one of these cars get a virus?
So I would say we make sure that it cannot. So we put a lot of focus on, you know, the back end, the data centers, and so on. So we have only like a secure VPN connection, you know, from the vehicle to our, you know, Daimler vehicle backend, and there's absolutely no way that, you know, that can be like broken or somebody can get in.
I'm actually less worried about someone hacking into my car than I am about someone smashing into my car because they're trying to watch something stupid on YouTube or they're distracted by a passenger watching Family Guy on Hulu. By the way, Brian is my favorite character.
Oh, different kind of videos here.
The people in the backseat can still watch whatever they want from wherever they want, no matter how fast the car is going.
Only for the passenger or the rear passengers, actually, they could use also those features.
I specifically said people, not kids, because I was driving with my father the other night, and he reminded me of a birthday party I had when I was little. The other kids in the back seat were blowing noisemakers with those paper rollout things while he was trying to drive home, and, well, let's just say he found that as distracting as perhaps a bunch of 8-year-olds in the back watching television. By the way, I think that was my last off-site birthday party for at least a decade. And Stephen, if you're wondering why you were never invited back to my parents' house, now you know. I've resisted mentioning this for a while, but certain car makers are coming out with what they call dual-view video screens in the front. The driver will only see the navigation, but the front seat passenger will be able to watch live TV or YouTube or whatever they want. To reduce distraction, some companies are offering wireless headsets for the front seat passenger so that the driver doesn't get distracted by the audio from whatever the front seat passenger is watching. Now, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but if you find your companion so boring that you watch TV while they're driving instead of talking to them, maybe you need to find some more interesting friends. I'm Grant Winter, reporting.